two or three. So we know what the show said, but for you, watching the show episode 2, who would be in your bottom 2 or 3 and why? Jay, go for me again.
Told you Corey gonna be at that bottom one and stuff, because if I was there, just watched him work the room, which I'd have been doing, I'd have been like, oh, but this brother, like my poor little brother, he out of control. Lamont, unfortunately, would have still been there, and that's just because he was just awkward. He just wasn't comfortable in the social setting, and this is a social experiment. Unfortunately, for people that are kind of like hermits or why can't I think of the word right now? When you're just kind of like isolated to yourself. I can't think of the word right now. I don't know why, but when you're just to yourself and you're not able to work a room, and from what I heard too, when he was doing his little introduction, that he's used to being around guys, so it's already kind of like an intimidation factor for women. As soon as he's around women, he gets a little intimidated, and then he probably forgets to speak or whatnot. And that spoken word, unfortunately, just wasn't the best one for the time, and just wasn't the best. And the fact that he did the spoken word, and you accentuate certain words when you do spoken word, and the word that was accentuated was penis. Like, out of everything, it was like a kind of a bland spoken word until we got to that word, and I was just like, okay, so that's where your focus is at right now? Like, bro, we got to get it together, like, a little bit. A third person for me probably would have been Carrington. I'm sorry. Something about him is just, I can't figure it out, but it's just a little something off-putting with him. But yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. I definitely hear you on Lamont and Carrington as well. I would have. I see what you're saying. So yeah, I'm with you on that. Speaking to the masses, who's your bottom at the moment? Who's your bottom 2 or 3, man, and why?
Off rip, Corey.
Oh, okay.
He was moving like Troy from last season, but to me, worse. It was just way too much. Just way too much. Doing too much. The way he was moving, it didn't even make sense. The whole 100 first dates. When you learn how to perfect the look, but you have no character behind your look, that's an issue for me. Like, he knows how to secure a first date, but he don't know how to do anything past that. And the way he was getting these numbers and pulling people from the table and, hey, I want to go on a date, but you didn't establish anything with these women. Corey off rip. He should have left. They didn't need to keep him. I'm sorry. I know that, Lamont, he's probably the second one, only because I felt like he didn't fit the environment. Not to say that he didn't have a good personality or a decent personality. I just didn't think that he fit the environment that is given. So that's the only reason why for Lamont. But I still feel like Lamont probably should have stayed over Corey. He should have stayed. Corey should have left. And then if I had to pick a third person, I'm with Jay again on this Carrington. I don't know what it is, but I wasn't feeling it. It just really didn't hit. I really don't know what it is right now, but I just have a question mark for him with him. I don't know why, but yeah, Carrington, number 3.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Brittany, who's your bottom 3, man? Who's your bottom 3 pick, man? And bottom two or 3, you can say, and why?
Okay, so I'm going to start with Corey because the copy and paste stick is not it. It's not working for me. We're going to call him Mr. Copy and Paste because that's what I've been referring to him as all day. The next guy would have to be... now, Corey's going to be number 1. These last 2, I don't really have a position, but Carrington... What threw me off a little bit was when, what's that girl's name? Tasha? I don't know how to say her name. But when she was, Okay, when she was asking him questions, you remember when he was saying it felt like she was drilling him?
Yeah,
I feel like she was asking those questions because he wasn't giving no real answer.
I agree.
So that's what threw me off. And I'm like, well, you're not answering her question. So yeah, she's gonna keep asking you the same question in a different way to get an answer out of you. And clearly you know how to work your way around a conversation. So, you know, if you go on to White House dinners and stuff, right? So yes, that's for him, you know, White House dinners. The last one, I mean, I don't really have a last one. If I have to speak on somebody, I would have to say Lamont. You know, he's not a bad guy. It's just that it seems like he needs to date a lot more, just to get himself reacquainted with going out with women and being with them a lot more. Because he said it's been 6 years since he's dated. So I get that. I get the awkwardness. So, you know, and I don't think Corey should still be there over him. Corey kind of took himself out when he asked everybody on a date. So, yeah, Lamont, I think Lamont could have stayed. They could have gave him a chance. I think he would have came out of the show, especially knowing if he was on the bottom. Because, you know, it's a competition. Men, when you find out you're not doing too well, you ask questions, unlike Miss Tisha did. She should have asked questions. But yes, I think Lamont should have stayed over Corey, though, if anything.
Cool. Okay, I hear that. And Sean, your last but not least, bottom three and why for ladies. Like, what were the ladies? What would you say is the bottom three ladies? Because you know, they all look pretty good and they all look tasty. But who would you put in the bottom three for you, Cap? Bottom two or three?
Okay, real quick before I go there, I forgot about this young lady. I had to look up their names, but Moomin, she would have been in my top. Moomin and Zadia and Carrie. Those are really my top three. I forgot about. I couldn't remember her name and it escaped me. So those are top three. But
chocolate.
Yeah, going to bottom three. I hear you with the thugging it out, but it's a no for me for long term. So Aisha, she's gotta go. It's way too many. Tasteful tattoo here or there, but tattoo sleeves all over the back, nah, it's just a no for me. And it's all over your arms, the sleeves, yeah, I that's just not my thing. And she is a little rough around the edges. No disrespect. Sure, there's a man out there that will definitely appreciate her. Camille, she was chatty Kathy and way too possessive too early on. So beautiful. You know, I love my chocolate sister. She was gorgeous, but
she was.
The mentality, it's that's just going to be problematic and just stress me all the way out. And I need peace. So definitely Camille's a no. And Sabrina, yeah. Sabrina wouldn't work for me. I mean, I want to have kids. So I'm thinking about that. And I think she's past that season in her life from what she says. So it's a no-go. And then she's got chock full of tattoos. So again, it's not aesthetically pleasing for me.